Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. Today everyone unlocked Jedi Knight Luke. It's awesome. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. It's been a long time since everyone has had a chance to unlock him, and I've had him for a few months. I don't mean to rub it in, but I do want to just establish. I've had him for a while. I've been using him extensively in Grand Arena. I'm a Grand Arena player, obviously. If you've seen the rest of my videos, if you have not, go ahead and check them out. I use Jedi Knight Luke every single Grand Arena match. He is an amazing character. I know that there was a lot of kind of disgruntled grumbling about how bad he was because he's not a Galactic Legend. He's not as good as the Galactic Legend, that's for sure, but his requirements are also considerably lower, and now he's actually required for the next batch of Galactic Legends, so you'll have that. Anyways, I wanted to take the opportunity here, guys, to just show you how I use Jedi Luke, some of the ways you can employ him, some of the strategies you can use, because you might be looking at Jedi Luke and say, great, I have Relic 7 Jedi Luke, that's wonderful, cool, transcendent. How do I mod him? What do I do? Do I put him on offense? Do I put him on defense? What things can I kill? And I want to answer some of those questions for you guys. So I'm going to show some videos here. Going to show some modding, some of the strategies and defensive teams that you can use, offensive teams, etc. So let's just jump in. All right, folks. So let's just get this out of the way first. I think that putting Jedi Luke on defense is problematic at best in this day and age of Galactic Legends. Even though there are only 2 right now, there will be 4 eventually. Right now, most of the people you're going to be facing, if you've unlocked Jedi Knight Luke, they're going to have at least 1 Galactic Legend, if not 2. Now, if they only have 1, then you can probably get away with putting Jedi Knight Luke on defense, but he is an important part of the team trying to counter both Galactic Legends. As you'll see, I'll show you guys videos in a little bit. If you do, for some reason, want to put him on defense, this is the composition that I would advise. I would advise making Jedi Luke as slow as you can to maximize his leadership and reducing the opponent's speed, if you can, which is a really powerful ability. And then I would recommend putting Shaak Ti or Hermit Yoda. Shaak Ti is a little bit faster than Hermit Yoda naturally, so I would advise Shaak Ti if you can afford to use her. Of course, this is all in the totality of your roster and everything, but really all the offense you need in this squad is Jedi Luke. And the offense you can't get, you can add like Ezra, you could add, I don't know, some other random Jedi that can also hit hard, like even Aayla Secura, if she's relic for some reason, could maybe fill the role. Like Shaak Ti doesn't hit like terribly weakly, and if you can't afford Shaak Ti, Hermit Yoda can stand in. If you can get them to a really, really fast speed though, like 320 plus, 330s even, if you can get them that fast, which is probably going to be one of your fastest speed sets. So another reason I don't really advise this. If you can do that though, then I would say that maybe this is the best defensive option, because what's going to happen is if you can go before any of your opponents go, then you have Hermit Yoda go or Shaak Ti go. They use Jedi Knight Luke's ability, leadership ability that he gives to all the other Jedi. And then it summons all of the different Jedi to take a turn. Luke then immediately takes his own turn, and things go well. Like, it is a very difficult team to beat if you don't get to go first. If you do get to go first and you have like Darth Vader, who has like plus 80 speed or something like that, because he's getting like 48 speed from the team that he's facing, because they're all Jedi. And really, he'd get 48 from this squad, because, or rather, he'd get 56 from this squad, because both Ezra and Old Ben are rebels. Like, he's gonna go first, and then you're just gonna get wrecked. You're probably not gonna get a turn. It can be easily countered if the team is right. So I would advise keeping him on offense right now. And I'll show you guys why he's so effective on offense in the next clip. you can see here the two different teams that I like to use to counter the Galactic Legends. The top one, you have to use General Skywalker and Revan and Jedi Luke to take down Rey, and I think that's a little expensive. It's a nice option if you're desperate, of course. But it does cost quite a bit. The other team and I think this is by far the best choice, the most efficient, is using the Jedi Revan and Jedi Luke team to be able to counter Supreme Leader Kylo in almost all the different iterations. And the fact is, like, this team is very good and efficient on offense because right now Jedi Luke just doesn't have a team of his own. Like, he has other characters that work well with him. Both of the Yodas are amazing with him, especially Grandmaster Yoda, actually. Though, in general, I think Revan needs him more, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But the fact is, Jedi Luke is kind of just adrift, and if you want to take out someone really good, like, you're not really stealing Luke from any particular team, exactly. Any of the teams that he makes are just going to be able, they're going to be powerful, and I'll show that in a minute too. They're really good, but right now he goes well with Jedi Revan because Jedi Revan isn't stealing him from a team of his own. And so I'll show you guys in a minute though as well. We'll get to the next clip. If you don't face a Supreme Leader Kylo, like if you keep Luke in the anticipation that you're going to face Kylo and then you don't find him, you can actually split the squads in a really cool way. So let's say that we kept Jedi Luke in anticipation of a Galactic Legend in the back zone, and you get to the back zone, you find out, no, there is in fact no Galactic Legend back there. I don't need to use this team, this really cool team with Jedi Revan and Luke together to take down a Galactic Legend. Instead, I have just a bunch of scrubs that I need to take out efficiently. You can split the team in a really cool way. Like, you can use Jedi Luke on his own with a bunch of support Jedi, and then you can use your Jedi Revan team in a way that you normally do, and you suddenly have like 2 extra meta teams. So you need to make the plans to be able to take down a Galactic Legend, but if that doesn't happen, you can kind of split these guys up, and both of them are capable of undersizing if they're fighting the right teams. If they're not, you can mix and match as you will. Like, you can see that they only have 4 members here, and, you know, I don't know what your Jedi situation is. Maybe it's better or worse than what I have, but the fact is, if you've been playing the game long enough to get Jedi Luke, you probably have a pretty decent stable of Jedi that you can add or subtract. This guide can't be conclusive. I can't show you every single combination, and frankly, I don't know every single combination, but I do know that Jedi Luke does just fine on his own on offense, and it's just a cool thing to be able to just split. Like, if you don't have to take down a Galactic Legend, you can just fragment the squad and go kill stuff with him. It's pretty cool. Alright, so let's actually get into some battles here, folks. I want to show you guys how I counter Supreme Leader Kylo. It's pretty consistent. We'll get into mods in a little bit. But what ends up happening is Jedi Revan passes his turn to Luke, and he stuns everybody. And from there, we're going to be doing a series of very strong control moves to be able to take this team down. You need to mark Hux to be able to stun him. You put ability block on everyone that you can. And the thing is, Supreme Leader Kylo is able to clear his debuffs if he can use one of his specials, but if you use ability block here, then you're going to be able to just take him out. If you can kill Hux while Red is still in hibernation sickness, so to speak, if he's still stunned, then you can just kill Hux with no real side effect. And from there, you can have Revan, who can target outside of taunts. You can have him go and kill Red with Luke. From there, you kill the tanks and the support, and then you just keep calling Bastila in to get ability block on everyone. You want to have Bastila modded for some potency. You want Old Ben to have a bunch of potency to get that ability block off. And the whole team really just wrecks face. There's a lot of control. You can see Luke just landed blind on Kylo. He's got ability block, so he can't hit regardless. And Now, he does eventually kill Old Ben. That we don't always get super awesome banners on this counter, but really, at this point, we're going to take him out. And this is like 57 banners. This is not bad at all. So that works pretty well. Now here's the counter against a random Rey team that I found in Arena. I've used this actually in Grand Arena as well, but not as often just because, like I mentioned, it's very expensive. It's very hard to actually justify using this squad, but it does work. You have Bastila lead here just because you get a little extra survivability for your team with all that bonus protection at the start. And then it's kind of nice because it negates your damage just a little bit on General Skywalker so that you're not just sometimes you can time it just right if they have got a taunting tank where you can actually target that taunting tank instead of Rey so that General Skywalker can do enough so that you never trigger Rey's invulnerability. Now, once you kill Rey, and the win condition here is to kill Rey first. You have to kill her very first, then the rest of the match is kind of a laugher, and honestly, we can probably stop talking about this particular match just because you guys have all killed all these characters before. It's not really that much of a mystery. Okay, so pardon the freeze frame for just a sec. Just want to explain what this is. This is a recording from a live stream from Twitch, and so we've got some guests and everything, and I'm doing my attacks. My opponent did not have Supreme Leader Kylo in the back, and so therefore I was able to split up my Jedi in the way that I had kind of explained earlier. And this is a great example. Like, this whole team is relict. I think that maybe like Newt doesn't have relics, but otherwise everyone else has relics, and it's kind of a threatening team. Like, you can see all the different characters are like, they're good. It's a good, acceptable team for Grand Arena defense, and Luke can do a pretty good job undersizing it, as you can see in just a moment here. Okay, so we're undersized, and we do have a faster character. My Grandmaster Yoda actually ends up being faster than Shaak Ti, just because that's the way I've modded him. I don't necessarily rely on Shaak Ti. I like Shaak Ti to have her mods the way they are so that she can take over the 501st, just in case General Skywalker's needed with this team to take down Rey or something. So Hermit Yoda is the faster for me. And so you can see that Hermit Yoda calls everyone to assist, and Luke immediately stuns everyone, which is great because Dooku needs to be stunned so that he doesn't use his special and stealth everyone. Nest needs to be stunned because she's annoying if she doesn't get stunned. Jango can do a lot of damage with his damage immunity up if he's not stunned, so it makes everyone waste a turn. And then, so we're just pummeling these characters one at a time, as is necessary. Finally, Jango is available, so I'm just trying to discuss with these guys who to target first. Jango, we kill him real quick, and then Luke can get up to some pretty absurd damage numbers if you have him modded right. And I do have him modded pretty well, I think, and so therefore this team has a couple ways to heal, health, and protection, and in the end I end up with 61 against a pretty tough team to take out. So really this team is just really strong. Like, no, it's not necessarily going to take down like a General Skywalker team or something like that, another really strong meta team. It could conceivably actually take down Darth Revan team, actually, though. And I do have a lot of videos about this. You'll find in the video description, I have a link to my counters sheet. You can find all sorts of things and ways that I've used Jedi Luke on offense. If you watch my Grand Arena videos, you'll see different ways I've used him on offense. And if you catch me on Twitch, there's a link in the video description to all of these different things. So check those things out, guys. I will be using him more in the future. I have an arena climb video that's just a couple weeks old at this point. You can see how I use Jedi Luke in almost every fight to climb because I'm tired of using the Galactic Legends, and because the mirrors are just kind of boring, and I really find them frustrating. I would rather use a team like Jedi Luke, or at least a team that contains Jedi Luke. So now let's talk about modding just a little bit and get you guys out of here. All right, so this came off a little bit grainy. This is taken from the website swgoh.gg. It's a great resource to check out. I would advise you guys do that as soon as possible, honestly. So the way I have him modded, I have 2 crit chance arrows, rather 2 crit chance set mods, and then the rest are crit damage. I have crit damage on the triangle, and then just offense on the cross. And you can see my mods are pretty fast. I won't be falsely modest. I have pretty good mods, and on him, mods are pretty important. You want him to be pretty quick, actually, on offense, because a lot of times, even though you like his speed reduction ability and everything for offense, to be able to trip other teams up, the fact is that's not the best thing about his lead. The best thing about his lead is his leadership ability that he hands out to other Jedi, and that's the thing that really facilitates a lot of damage and destruction for him. So really you want crit damage. I mean, this is a pretty classical version of how you mod a character. Like you want fast and you want a bunch of speed. You don't need the fastest mods that you have, and really I think a speed set is really gonna put him back quite a bit. You just want a lot of damage here. Let me show you the final numbers here. And these are the final stats for Jedi Knight Luke. He's got some really impressive health and protection pools. Honestly, they increase as you continue your fight. You can see my speed is, honestly, it's pretty high. I know that that's going to be difficult for a lot of people to achieve, and I don't think you need quite that level of speed. You do need him to be pretty quick to be able to counter a lot of these guys. And if you can't afford more, like if you have to just sacrifice your crit chance set for just like some random hodgepodge pieces or mods, like you can do that. You can also do offense set if you need to. There are a couple different options, but he needs to be modded to hit as hard as possible is essentially it. He starts getting really crazy. Like he starts one-shotting characters like First Order Stormtrooper. He just like one-shots them. It's crazy and awesome and awe-inspiring, and it's just really cool. So really, I'm sorry you can't see my offense number final. It's about what you'd expect, though. I'm sure it's extremely impressive, actually. It's cool though. Like I'm not the most absurdly modded Jedi Luke out there, and the fact is you need him to be at a certain speed point compared to the other characters on the team, and I'm not going to get into that in this video. That would take a long time. I am going to leave a link in the video description to the video that I talk about my different speeds for this team and how I kind of use the team. And it's kind of more of an exploratory video. It's not a team that I had fully figured out at that point. So if you watch the video, take that with a grain of salt. Like it was just stuff that I was testing, and I wanted to show you guys how I was going about it. I've perfected the methods quite a bit, so if you watch more of my current stuff, that's probably going to be better. But the video that's linked will have all the different speeds, and it's not necessarily wrong, it's just going to be a little different. So anyways, guys, I think that we're going to call it good here. Thank you all so much for watching. Congratulations on unlocking Jedi Luke, and remember that in all things, Zareth prevails.